This is not a drill, people. I'm super excited. Smosh, the original founders of it, have purchased the channel back. It is now in their hands, and they just legitimately just announced this in a video that we're going to react to right now. And I am fired up. Smosh was the first channel I ever saw. Their Pokemon video was the first video I ever saw, and they made me want to be a YouTuber before being a YouTuber even was a thing. So let's jump into it. This is Creators Tea. I'm your host, Ben Levitt, and this is the show where we spill the tea on the creator business. So let's get into it. I'm excited. Let's watch the announcement. You gotta love the touch of having the Pokemon hat in the back. That's nice.
So, in 2005, Anthony and I created this channel, Smosh, as a way to make each other laugh and just have fun. And very quickly, it resonated with millions of people, and it turned into a career for us, making YouTube videos. This was a dream that we never realized was possible, and was just so awesome. But after 6 years of doing almost everything ourselves and the rate at which we were putting out videos, we realized it wasn't a sustainable thing and we needed help.
So in 2011, we were approached by a company who offered to buy Smosh, and they promised to help us turn it into everything we'd ever dreamed of. So we were like, you know what? Sold!
I remember that because that was when I was peak watching Smosh religiously. After every video would come up, I'd watch it right away. And it was great at the beginning. They sold it to this bigger company. It gave them a lot more access to resources, and the quality of their content jumped up. It was still felt like Smosh, obviously, because the two main dudes were involved and they were the ones creating the content, but it just seemed like way higher production, almost like what you'd expect at a movie theater kind of thing. So way above the typical run and gun stuff that they were originally filming, but it still felt the same until it didn't. And then it felt really, really weird. And that's the biggest, scariest thing when big business gets involved with creators. It really loses the feel as to what made them enjoyable or why the fans love them so much in the first place. It becomes hard to replicate because Smosh was these two guys, their comedic timing, their approach to writing jokes, and you can only scale that so far, even with infinite money.
The quality of the videos rapidly started increasing, and
There
started offering us to do more and more projects.
We did some movies.
We did movies, we did comic book, live stream.
They were at the forefront of everything, and they're such pioneers. It's difficult to illustrate how much they changed the whole industry. A person who's a friend of mine, he was one of the first ever players in the influencer marketing space, and the campaign they did with Smosh was so ultra successful that it kickstarted the whole influencer marketing industry in general. Before that, it wasn't even called influencer marketing. It was nothing. And these guys were so popular and so at the forefront of everything that they created what is now a multi-billion-dollar industry.
There was a magazine. There was 2 issues of a magazine.
A mobile game, a lot of stuff, which was really cool to have the opportunity to do all that stuff.
Yeah.
But I realized that I had no time or energy to commit to creating the sketches that Ian and I made together, which I felt was the foundation of what made Smosh Smosh.
100%. That's why I stopped watching, was because you could tell once they really expanded and they got all these other channels, it lost what Smosh was. And that was the sole reason why I came to consume their content. So obviously I stopped, like I think many others did.
So I kept pushing through, but after about 6 years, I realized that this company's goals for Smosh were just too different from my own. So I left to create a channel on my own as an independent creator.
And he's done a phenomenal job with that, by the way. He's still very culturally relevant on social through his awesome series of A Day in the Life with people that he brings on. He's a really, really great creator. I haven't seen Ian much, so I don't know what he's been up to, but I'm sure he'll tell us right now.
And I stayed on at Smosh because I felt like there was still so much more to do on that channel. However, our parent company suddenly went out of business in 2018, which threatened the existence of Smosh. Fortunately, Rhett and Link stepped in with
a good group to buy you, though,
and acquired Smosh and helped it live up to today.
So flash forward to last year, Ian and I started hanging out a ton, and we realized that the sketches that we'd made weren't just great because they were a product of the times. I wasn't just being blinded by the nostalgia when I'd go back to get a laugh at the old videos. They were a reflection of the magic that we felt when we were making something together.
So
Obviously that sounds corny, but it's true. Like this, they just had such chemistry, obviously within writing this stuff and then also in filming it and creating it. And it still hits to this day. Like that content, you can still go back, and even the stuff that doesn't have high resolution footage still hits. It's still really funny, and it aged a lot better than a lot of the content from that time. Like if you go back and watch a lot of the stuff around the same time, it's either very culturally insensitive or a lot of other things that wouldn't let it fly or work today. That's not really the case with their content. It still hits with nostalgia or not. And I go back and watch the videos sometimes, and I'm geeking right now. I'm so excited over this.
we came up with the totally insane idea of what if we bought Smosh. We didn't know if this was actually possible, but we felt like we had to look into it and see if we could actually do it. So after months of negotiating and deliberating on whether this was a good idea or not.
Yeah, we're just going to change our entire lives.
Yeah, who cares?
That's it.
Today, Anthony and I can say officially that we own Smosh.
There you go.
This shit's
baby.
ours.
It's ours.
Official
We bought
transaction.
it.
I got the password.
Yeah, we own Smosh
good
now,
bit.
and what you can expect on this channel is sketch comedy written by and starring Anthony and myself.
Classic Smosh is back.
And as for the other channels, Smosh Pit and Smosh Games, those are staying the same. Same content, same people, no worries about
Can you guys hurry up and finish your stupid video?
Okay, Mom, we're almost done.
Almost done, Mom. Well, hi, Anthony. I love your I Spend the Day With series. And Ian, you need to spend a day with someone. Maybe a personal trainer, you emaciated cuck.
How does my mom know what cuck means?
Now get out of here.
See, even their announcement trailer is a good bit. That's quite Smosh.
You see his live, and I missed his last
Okay,
two
so
streams.
we're on our own now, so if you want to support us directly, just hit the join button down below and you can become a member.
Thank you guys so much. I can't wait for you guys to see what we have in store.
Please support a free and independent Smosh. For some reason, my dumbass son and his hot friend want to keep doing this forever.
And I hope they do. So I just linked their channel down below, so definitely go check it out. Subscribe to Smosh if you had unsubscribed since they left the channel, which I did, obviously. You know what? To prove that I like their stuff, I'll subscribe. But I'm super excited for this. I think this could be big, big, big for them, and also to really rejuvenate YouTube. YouTube has felt stale. I'm sure you've heard that all across YouTube. And so hopefully this can bring it back to its roots of what made it great, like the creativity, the genuine expression, and people just creating stuff and it not being as corporate, which Smosh became. And it really is a fine balance of doing the two. And I think with all the experience that they've had now running legitimate big business on top of content, I'm curious to see how they mesh the two. And so I'll definitely be keeping an eye on that. If you enjoyed this video and you like the behind the scenes look at the creator economy and the business of content creation, this is the podcast for you. I'm your host, Ben Levitt. This is Creators Tea, and we just spilled some tea. So I'll see you in the next one. Keep creating. Peace.